Hi friends! Today we are going to create our very own city. So with this you need to be super creative. Think about any buildings you'd want to have in your very own city. So for Miss Olivas, you can already see she's got her art supply store, a cake store, donut shop, health food store that's in the shape of a carrot. You just want to make sure you're very creative with this. Now what you're going to need is, of course, a piece of paper, your eraser, a pencil, and any coloring supplies you can think of. So highlighters, crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything you can think of. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do for our very own city is draw a line for our road. Now, try to keep it as straight as you can, but if it's not perfectly straight, it's not gonna hurt the city. Now think about what kind of things you'd want to have in your city. So for Miss Olivas, being the artist she is, I would have an art supply store. So I'm going to start by creating my art supply building. Now, your city can be unique, make it its own. My art supply building shape is going to be a paint palette. I'm going to put the little handle right there, have the splotches of paint. Now, when it comes to writing what some of these buildings are, if you don't know how to spell them, ask your parents or just sound the words out the best you can. So I'm going to write art supply co, which is short for company. And then I'm going to add a little paintbrush kind of behind it. Now, most buildings have doors and windows. Do not forget that, because how would people get into your buildings? I'm going to put the windows in my paint blotches. Now for my windows, I'll show you up here in this space. I'm just creating these square shapes with crosses in them, where it goes down and over. My doors are just standard rectangular shapes with the doorknob. My next building would probably be my health food shop, because I do love my veggies. But my health food shop, I'm gonna make it in the shape of a carrot. Now for the windows for this one, I'm just going to draw these long rectangular shapes kind of going opposite of both sides. And of course, as always, gotta have your door. I'm going to make a double door because I'm sure it will get pretty busy. And then I'm just adding these lines just to break up the windows. Now, because Apple products are pretty popular, I'm going to draw an Apple building for the Apple company. Now I'm just making it a nice rectangular shape, but I'm going to make it a little unique by drawing an apple on top. And of course apples have leaves, gotta have the leaf. I'm going to write the Apple store on top so we know what store this is. Now for my windows on this, I'm just going to create almost like a grid. So I'm going to have lines going across. Then I'm going to have lines going down vertically. So I have my horizontal lines and my vertical lines. And of course, gotta have our door. I'll make this a triple door, because it's the Apple store. Gotta get the new iPhones. My next store, I think I'm gonna make a small little donut shop. Just a small one. My door will be in the center, and it'll have the frosting, and I'll have a little sign that says donut. I'm gonna put my sign in a nice rectangle. We'll add some sprinkles. So I have space for about one more building. What are some of Miss Olivas' favorite things? I do love birthday cake, but I love ice cream. I think I'll make a birthday cake building. So for my birthday cake building, I'm just gonna make it kind of tiered, which means they stack, and as they go higher, they get smaller and smaller. I'm just gonna add these curved lines to give the impression of there being frosting. I'm gonna add my doors, doing double doors, and right here I'm gonna write the birthday cake shop. And I'll add some candles because it's a birthday cake store. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. So you should have at least 5 buildings, but you can have more than 5 if you can fit more than 5. For our road, I'm gonna create these rectangle shapes almost as like the road dividers, so you know which side of the road to be on. Plus it gives it more of the impression of it being a road. So now looking at my city, what can I add in the background? I'd add a sun because it's daytime, but you could add a moon. You could add stars. It could be a nighttime city scene. But I want it to be nice and bright out. So I'm going to give it the impression that it's nice and sunny. Now you might have birds flying in the background. I do these awkward V's just to give the impression of birds flying and flapping their wings far away. And there we have it. Now, you have the option to color your buildings in. You can outline them with a darker color. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, highlighters, any coloring utensils you can find.